Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Celtic Way, and it's Celtic versus Falkirk quarter-final of the League Cup reaction. And as you can see from the strapline, Rodgers rings the changes as Valle and Trusty earn their first starts. There's a team on the screen for you all to see. We did predict changes, Ryan, but we didn't predict Welsh coming in, but we predicted the others. I predicted Forrest, you predicted Palmer, didn't you? So we kind of got things right in a kind of way, didn't we?
Yeah.
On you go.
Yeah, lots of changes, but changes in which I wanted to see. But I think the thing that I'm most delighted to see is that midfield is still very strong, even with a couple of changes to it. Or just the one change, rather. Bernardo's came in for Engels. Engels is on the bench, so he can make an impact if he needs to. If I would only call upon Engels today if he is absolutely needed and is required. Either that or you want to bring him on for the last 20 minutes when the game is well won. But even then, I would probably think against that, to be honest. Delighted that Valle and Trusty have got their first starts as Celtic players. A good chance, a good opportunity to see them. I've much changed back four. You know, I'm glad that Schmeichel's in there. I know that Sinisalo isn't even on the bench. But, you know, I wouldn't want to see too much change in that area in terms of the goalkeeping position. I think you've got to have some stability. So having one of the five there is important, as well as having McGregor. For me, it was Schmeichel, McGregor, and then whoever else was going to play. So I'm quite happy with all of those changes, and it makes it more interesting because I think when you see the same team over and over again, you know what to expect from them. But today, I think the gauntlet has been passed down to these players. It's been put down saying, make your inroads into the starting lineup, put in a good performance, and you never know what can happen. So these players have got to grasp it with both hands.
I'm Tony Haggerty, as you know, at Haggerty10 on the Twitter handle. I'm joined by Ryan McGinley at the Ryan McGinley on the X or Twitter handle. Ryan's somewhere outside Celtic Park, Party's car, he'll be heading up soon. But yeah, thank you for joining us, guys. Really do appreciate it. Nearly up to 200 already in the live stream, Ryan, before the match magic numbers. Now, you spoke on Friday about Palmer coming into the team. I wasn't convinced. He's here now, but he has to show something today, Ryan, doesn't he? He has to perform. He has to be one of the best performers out there today, in my opinion, to force the manager into saying, all right, and let everybody know he's still around, he's still here, he can still do some magic.
Yeah, I singled out this game as potentially the game that he could play and make an impact. And he is, we've seen it last season, enough of it last season to know that the player has quality. He's just been down on his form for whatever reason, and that position has been dominated by Idah, who shook off all his injury issues, and now he's the first choice left midfielder, or left winger rather. So he's got an opportunity today, Palmer. Nobody's been really talking about him. I did want him to play this game. I did make the point and put that out in the video a couple of times as well on Friday afternoon, talking about how if it wasn't going to be today, then when was it going to be for Lewis Palmer?
Yeah.
I'm glad that Rodgers has entrusted him to start this game. And it really is just down to him now. Rodgers has made that decision. He's now got to back up the manager's decision and put in a good performance. A performance that we know is in there, but he's too inconsistent. And the consistency levels just aren't there at all in a good way, or not in a good way rather. So he needs to show what he can do this afternoon. I've got a funny feeling he will. I don't know why. I've got it in my head that I think he could. This could be a game that could really get him back into full swing, get him into confidence. Because at the moment, you know, it's Idah's always going to play on that left wing. It's all about now. Palmer's got to take this opportunity and make sure that the manager knows that there's more than one left winger at the club.
Sure, without a doubt. But I think, I think all eyes, Ryan, will be on us and Trusty and Alex Valle in that defence, won't they? Hopefully don't have too much to do, but it'll be good to see them, see what they've got to offer, and their first starts. Everybody will be interested in seeing what they bring to the table, and I'm glad that Rodgers has brought them, and we always felt that he would. Palmer, maybe a surprise, but also Adam Idah leading the line as well. Looking forward to seeing him to see if he can continue.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice wee use of the mute button there. I can see your dogs in the background there. Adam Idah leading the line. I think it's the perfect decision because I think we all wanted Adam Idah to start this game. You know, having two quality strikers at the club is always going to give the manager food for thought. But the fact is, he scored that last goal against Bratislava. He's broke his duck. He did score the weekend previous, but obviously that was ruled out due to VAR. He's feeling confident. That's 2 conversions he's had in the past 2 games. One of them counted, one of them was unfortunately ruled out for VAR. But he's a guy that's in form, even if you don't count that first goal that he scored. He's feeling confident about himself. It's a real opportunity for him today to really lay down a marker for the manager, to start him in more games, because at the moment it's Kyogo that's starting games. He's not had the greatest of starts. So it's up to Idah today to take this opportunity. I think today's all about opportunities and taking these chances when they come around. You won't get I'm not going to call it a gimme game, because Falkirk are a really in-form side. Yes, they're in the Championship. They're a lower league team. Celtic should be dispatching of them pretty easily. But at the same time, they're a team that are in form. They're feeling good about themselves. And yeah, Celtic have got a job to do today. And those players that have been entrusted to start have got to do the business, really, because a place at Hampden is at stake for the victor here.
Yep. And as we've came on here, Ryan, the Celtic girls have won 1-0 in the first leg of their Champions League qualifier, so well done to them. Second leg next week, isn't it? So at the same venue, so well done to the girls for winning 1-0. I think that was the final score. I'm sure I'll be corrected but I'm sure it was 1-0. So well done to them. Here's hoping they can finish off the job and go through to the Champions League proper, just like the male counterparts. That would be good to see. But yeah, I think as we are looking at that, I don't think anybody expected that lineup, but it's still a strong lineup, isn't it? It's very strong, and as you said there, can't afford to underestimate Falkirk in any shape or form. They're coming in are glorious and rich vein of form, and they're used to winning as well. So, you have to give them all due respect, but that's still a strong Celtic team, isn't it? And you look at those players, there's an abundance of talent in there, Ryan, and you just hope that they can show that, and they should be able to dispose of Falkirk without any problems. But the best laid plans of mice and men and all of that, Ryan. But I believe the most of the Celtic supporters looking at that team, which maybe not have got 11 at 11, but it's more or less the team that they would have picked before the match. And as you say, it is all about opportunities for certain individuals to show them that, to give the manager food for thought and selection dilemmas for the future.
Yeah, it really does show the strength and depth that Celtic have got at their disposal. James Forrest is a Celtic legend. Lewis Palmer had a decent first half of the season. Adam Idah won Celtic the Scottish Cup with his last-minute winner against Rangers. Rio Hatate, Bernardo McGregor. And then it's a bit of an untested back four, if I'm being honest, but they still spent $6 million on Austin Trusty. Valle came from La Masia, the famed Barcelona academy. You've got Kasper Schmeichel, who's won the Premier League, who's played in the Champions League, who was glory. He was basking in the glory of the Champions League on Wednesday night. He said it'd been a long time since he's last played at that level, and he was loving every bit of it. And Tony Ralston, who's never let you down, really. So it's a strong team. I know I've kind of just went from front to back there and named everybody, but it is a strong team. So you've got strength and depth, and I'm happy with the midfield, because they could have easily, and I did predict that Celtic would play maybe Odin Thiago Holm or somebody else, but I'm glad that they've went with a strong midfield, because that is the bedrock, that's the base of this team. And you've got the captain in there, you've got Hatate, who played well against Slovan Bratislava, and you've got Bernardo, who's been really unlucky not to start the past 2 games. So yeah, no complaints from me whatsoever. I just hope that they can support that back line, because it's a very unfamiliar back line. I don't think that's the first time that one's ever been named. So if there's any time to do it and blood those players in, and it's against Falkirk in the League Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll just read out the subs. The subs are Bain, Taylor, Kyogo, Kuhn, Yang, Holm, Rivrovsky, Engels, and Donovan. So strong bench as well there, Ryan. Yeah, Marquis just putting it up there in the group chat with the subs there. Yep, indeed. So, you can, as you said there, maybe not want to risk Engels unless he really has to, but he might find some game time for Kyogo and Kuhn, and possibly Odin Thiago Holm as well, who I would like to see Odin Thiago Holm get some game minutes as well, Ryan. He seems to be the forgotten man and out the picture a wee bit, but good to see him on the bench and hopefully get some minutes today, hopefully after the game's done and dusted, and Celtic are in a good position.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think making those changes if and when the game is over at that point will be important. I know they've got 6 days after that to prepare for McDermott Park. They've obviously just sacked their manager, not the only team to have sacked their manager in recent days. There seems to be a bit of a managerial merry-go-round at the moment in the Scottish Premiership, which, you don't want to see people lose their jobs, but at the same time, that's football, that's business, I guess. I think if the game is over by 50, 60 minutes, then I want Celtic to be safeguarding their assets, the likes of Hatate, Bernardo, even Idah as well. You can make changes that won't necessarily hurt their squad. In fact, there'll be some changes that you can bring on that will improve it even more so. You've got £11 million man Engels in there that can come on and make a difference. Odin Thiago home, he'll be desperate, he'll be chomping at the bit to get an opportunity this afternoon. So yeah, it's a strong team, a strong bench, and I'd say that it's going to be far too much for Falkirk to deal with. I'm hoping that'll be the case, but it's the cup, anything can happen, and I want them to be as focused as they can be for this match. Just get the job done, get to Hampden, and avoid any injuries. And I think everybody will be quite delighted if you get a few goals, and that's a bonus. But as long as your name's in the hat for that semi-final draw, that is the main thing.
I'm looking forward to seeing Adam Idah, actually. I think that's what he needed. His confidence needed that. As I say, he scored a cracking goal that was ruled out against St Mirren.
Mm-hmm.
Was it St Mirren? It was St Mirren, was it?
What player was that, sorry?
Adam Idah.
Adam Idah, no, it was ruled out against Hearts at the end.
Sorry, Hearts. I just took a memory blank there, as you do sometimes. They all kind of.
It was a great goal.
It was a great goal, actually. Yeah,
that was Palmer Taylor.
Palmer for being offside, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Hearts. I was trying to remember who played. Didn't have time. Yes, Hearts it was. Thank you guys for reminding me of that. But I just thought that he maybe took a bit of confidence from that because he got in the right area and stuck it away really well. And then the other night when he came on, it took him a few minutes to score in the Champions League. So I hope he can continue that, Ryan, and maybe score a double or even a treble today. I think that'd be great, and just to sort of announce that he's back amongst it again and loving it, So I just hope he looked good and sharp when he came on. It was a brilliant ball from Forrest through to him the other night, and it was a difficult chance, but he made it look so easy. So I was delighted for him and delighted at that, and I just felt that he would start this game. So I was glad he got that kind of pick me up and tonic before he came into this game, because the pressure would have been building if he hadn't scored, Ryan, on when he was going to burst the net and get his first goal since he came back. But yeah, I mean, you touched upon it there. Alex Valle, he's came from La Masia, so we know he'll have talent, won't we? So it would just be great to see him. And I also want to see what £6 million buys in the shape of Austin Trusty. I know the back four haven't played together before, but I think these guys will be well drilled, won't they? They'll have been told, they'll have been playing, and the lead up to this, so they'll have trained together and they'll have spent some time together working on various things, Ryan, before this game. So it'll be interesting to see how it all pans out.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Baye myself. I think he's kind of... These two players that are making their debuts today, or their first starts. I know Baye's actually making his full debut. Trusty came on Wednesday. They've kind of went under the radar because of the other signings that have came through the door. The Luke McCowan, the boyhood factor. Engels, the quality factor. That's what £11 million gets you. He's showing that. Hopefully we can see maybe just a wee bit more of him coming off the bench today. Although at the same time, you don't want him to get injured. Like you wouldn't want to needlessly play him. But maybe he will get 15, 20 minutes off the bench to feel that ovation of the crowd. So I think he's on everybody's. He's the name on everybody's lips at the moment. But Valle and Trusty, looking forward to seeing the two of them. They're playing alongside two guys that know what it's like to play for Celtic. Got a lot of appearances between the two of them, and Stephen Welsh and Tony Ralston. I'm sure that the two of them will help their two debutants in this game. It's an unfamiliar backline, but it's an experienced backline as well. Trusty's played for Birmingham. He's played for Sheffield United, Colorado Rapids. Valle was playing last season at the team has actually escaped me. What was the team that he played for? Oh my goodness, I've actually completely forgot what team. Team in the second division of Spain. Tony, help me out here.
He was playing in the Segunda B, wasn't he? Yes, indeed.
Yes, he was. And then obviously Casper Schmidt, somebody in the comments will say it's totally, was it Levante?
I had Levante in my head, but I didn't want to blurt that out in case it was wrong.
Yeah.
Sure it was Levante.
It's better than me saying nothing.
What's that?
Casper Schmeichel's got experience as well. I'll double check that when you're speaking, but Bailly's got experience playing in the second division of Spanish football, which is still a good level. And yeah, I'm not too worried about that back four, that back
yes,
five.
It was Levante.
It was Levante.
It was Levante.
Right,
yeah.
Total.
You know that way you doubt yourself. It's just like I was thinking. I'm sure it was Levante, but then I was thinking, you're not like
these things. The badge and like it's not Valencia. It's the other one. It's Levante. So yeah, he's got experience. Although it was a different atmosphere for him today. He played pre-season for Barcelona too. He was actually playing at right back, sort of an inverted fullback for Hansi Flick's team. He's had a good start to life at Barcelona himself. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what he can do today. Hopefully make a name for himself and really put pressure on Taylor, even though Taylor's been absolutely brilliant in that position too. Guys,
over 625 people joining us for the live stream before the game. That's incredible numbers. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, every one of you, and we appreciate the ones who have subscribed, as you can see at the bottom, for $2.99. The ones who have taken up that offer. Thank you very much. You can support the channel that wee bit further by joining our YouTube members channel, and that gives you early access to videos, Ryan. You get the exclusive chat function as well. It costs you £2.99 a month. So thank you very much for everybody who subscribed to that, and thank you to all of our subscribers. We genuinely appreciate it. We keep saying that we try and build on those numbers, Ryan, don't we? And again, and everybody answers the call, don't they? So we thank you dearly, and we enjoy the fact that you come on in your numbers for the pre-match, post-match, any kind of briefing at all, Ryan. So it's good to see you're still with us. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say, Ryan, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah. And we can't continue to do this without the support of the people that make this show, which is you guys. So we thank everybody that's taken up that offer. If you're on desktop at the moment currently, you can press the join button, and for £2.99 you'll get all of those exclusive benefits as Tony was talking about. Early video access, for example, the Grand Old Team podcast, a new episode will be that out on that. And in the next few days there'll be tactical pieces from myself after every league and Champions League game. Not one after this because the stats bomb doesn't do the League Cup games, so you'll need to wait until after McDermott Park for that. Priority comments, the logo will come up next to your comments, and exclusive members chat function. So if you want to support us just that little bit more, £2.99 a month, YouTube members, and we thank everybody that's taken us up on that so far. We really, really appreciate it.
It's all about what Celtic do today, Ryan. You predicted that in the 3-game stretch they would score 10 goals. Yeah, so they're 2 away from that. 3. 2 against Hearts. 3 away from that.
The Idah goal didn't count.
It didn't count,
But 3 goals against Falkirk, against a team, respectfully, right? All respect, no disrespect to Falkirk, they are in the Championship. Celtic, against the majority of teams in the Premiership, Celtic should be putting 3, 4, 5 past, especially in the bottom half. This is the league below. And although John McGlynn's done a great job, and I thought that Brendan Rodgers' words for him were terrific, and vice versa for John McGlynn to Brendan Rodgers, he did say at the end of that press conference, I hope he has a great season, but just not at the weekend. That's the Brendan Rodgers that everybody knows and loves. And I want Celtic to hit that 10-goal target, 10 goals in 8 days. That sounds really good to me, to be honest.
Yeah, and you're quite confident of that, aren't you? Having looked at that.
Yeah, there's goals all over this side. You get Palmer that can score from range. Forrest has scored over 100 goals for Celtic. Adam Idah's scored in big games. Hatate's scored. Bernardo's scored. McGregor's scored. And then you've got even guys like Welsh and Ralston who are a threat from corners and set pieces and getting into the box. So, and you get Trusty, who's 6'3", who looked every inch of 6'3" when he came on against Bratislava. He looked absolutely massive.
I want to see if Trusty will venture forward for like corners and set pieces, because there's some right height there with him. So I'd like to see him being an asset in the jump, for set pieces going into the opposition box. So I don't think your target was wild when you said at the start of this 3-game stretch that Celtic could score 10 goals. It was just over 3 1/3 goals a game, Ryan. So didn't expect them to hit 5 per Slovan Bratislava, but they did.
I think that was the surprise, that they hit 5 in the Champions League. Usually it was the other way about, and Celtic will get hit 4-5 in the Champions League. I thought they would score more goals against Hearts, but for whatever reason, Hearts were resolute. Hearts probably showed one of their better performances of the season against Celtic, and they get beat 2-0. That shows you how bad they've been this campaign. But that 5 goals plus the 2, 3 more, 3 today. I think 3-4-0 for going into predictions. That's what Celtic have got to be going for this afternoon.
None of Celtic's business, but on the back of that, Ryan, and the St Mirren defeat, Stephen Naismith has been relieved of his duties since we've came on air. So it's always a shame to see someone lose their job, but he's paid the price for Hearts' really poor start to the season.
Yeah, their only decent result was funnily enough against Rangers on the opening day, and I watched that game, and they probably should have won that game at that Tynecastle. But I think it was sort of like 44 days after Stephen Naismith signed an extended deal. He's got the bullet, so it's unfortunate for him. Hearts will be looking for a new manager. I'm sure they'll have quite a few candidates because they've got a good squad, Hearts, that they've been underachieving. They did show in glimpses against Celtic last week that I thought that they were maybe getting on the right path. But, if you lose against... It was that game against St Mirren. It was a must-win, and they get beat. So, as much as I don't want to come into a Hearts podcast, I did think the writing was on the wall when they get beat off the St Mirren yesterday.
Of course. Indeed. Now, Ryan, get your predictions coming in. Thomas Conley coming in, weighing in with a big 5-0 shout, still in the park. Come on, you boys in green. Get your own predictions coming in, guys, and we'll see what the Andy Lee afternoon troops. Afternoon, Andy, how you doing? Appreciate that, and appreciate it's nearly 700 people joining us, Ryan. Brilliant. JJ Celtic 3-0. That's I think that's a bit conservative from JJ there. There you go. Hazel Finn, regular contributor 4-0. Hazel, how you doing? Afternoon, Hazel. Kaiser, I knew Kaiser wouldn't let us down. 7-0 to the hoop, says Kaiser. Excellent. Ultra Wido saying 4-2. That'll be a bit of a cracking game. Paul Mullen saying 3-1. Craig Rankin 4-0. Celtic 67 3-0. And Marky saying if he's saying 5, he's saying 10. 10.
Yep.
Lippy 33. You'll like this prediction, Ryan, from Lippy 33. Palmer man of the match, he's saying. There you go. And Fidel Savary saying 2-0.
You'd think this is the best day ever, but judging by the things that I say, because Palmer and Hatate are both playing in the same game. I just want to see Palmer kick on, because I've got to be honest, I do like his personality. I like that the fact that his teammates obviously appreciate him as well. He gets on with all of his teammates. He's always one of the first ones to go and celebrate with his teammates as well when he scores. He's delighted for them. I think it's just his decision making that can be wrong sometimes, and sometimes he should pass when he should. Sometimes he should shoot when he passes. Sometimes he should pass when he shoots. If he can get it right today, it'll go a long way to getting him back into this team. Idah is going to be first choice at left wing, so it's all about Palmer to really throw a span on the works in that. Really, it's only him that can do it. So
that's my gripe with him, Ryan. I think sometimes he plays for himself. He's not a team player, and I've mentioned it before. And Ross Murphy, say the line, Tony. He's going for 7-0. Okay, I'll say it for you, Ross, seeing as how you've asked. Well, the rip-roaring, free-scoring, never-boring Glasgow Celtic, I think that's what he wants to see. And lots of comments coming in about scoreline, so I'll just read some out. Scott Mello, hi, Tony and Ryan, 4-0 Celtic, he's saying thank you. Mark McQueen says 3-0. 1888 CFC says 7-0. There's a few 7-0s. Stone Downlaw 1888 saying 3-0. Dennis Jameson, another regular contributor. How you doing, Dennis? 4-0, he's saying. Thomas Burns, famous name, 4-0, he's saying to Celtic. Chris Murray, 5-0 to Celtic. Michelle Gibson, how are you, Michelle? 4-0. Helen Feeks, another regular contributor. Afternoon, Helen. 4-1, she's saying. Stuart Miller saying 3-1. And Mappy saying he reckons it'll be a tough 1-0, Ryan. Brad Ladd saying 6-0. Correct. Jackie Dillon saying 5-1. And Celtic coming in. I think she said 3-0, but she said she would take a scrappy 1-0 Okay, Ryan. Moment of truth.
Okay.
What are we saying? I'll let
Celtic
you go
will finish.
first.
Celtic will finish off with 12 goals in 8 days. They're going to win this 5-0 today. I think they'll have 2 goals in the first half, 3 goals in the second half. I think it will be 5-0.
I'm going to join you in that. I normally go 1 up or 1 down, but I had a feeling it might be 5, so I'll accept that and I'll say 5-0. Mappy coming in and saying great show. Thanks, Mappy. Really appreciate that. Lucy Murray saying 4-1. Yep, there you go, Lucy. Indeed. Self for Life saying 4-0. Brad Ladd saying 6-0, multiple scorers. Andy Lee saying 4-1. And Brad Ladd coming in and saying an Idah hat trick. I would like that actually. And Pablo 67
Like
saying Celtic 5-0. Yeah, lots of confidence abounding, and you can understand why. And despite the fact that the manager is freshened it up a bit, but that's what we wanted to see. We're particularly interested in seeing what Austin Trusty and Alex Valle have got to offer. But 800 people, Ryan, joining us live. You can't beat that. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. You know what I always say, it's result dependent. Enjoy your weekend, and wherever you're watching it, have a good one. Ryan, I'll let you get yourself setting up to the ground and do what you do. We'll be back on here, guys, after we've done a bit of work. Don't know when that'll be, but it'll be some point later on this evening, won't it, Ryan? But
yeah, I'd say a rough sort of 6-7 o'clock maybe. We'll be on.
There'll be instant analysis. There'll be player ratings. There'll be the manager's Q&A, the usual drill. They'll all be uploaded onto the site as soon as we possibly can, and then myself and Ryan will be back on to talk you through it. So here's hoping that Celtic can do the business again, Ryan. The form book says they will. The form book says they will. It's up to Falkirk to try and throw a spanner. Yeah,
it's a battle at the top of the table in both the Scottish Premiership and the Scottish Championship as well. I don't believe that anybody overtook Falkirk yesterday, so I believe that they're on top with a game in hand as well. They've had a great start to the season, an invincible start under John McGlynn. Tough opponents, but I think Celtic will have too much for their lower league opposition today.
Yeah. Guys, thank you for your company. Really do appreciate it. 800 people watching that. You can't beat that on a pre-match show. You never cease to amaze me, and we do. We love the community that we're built here, and we want to keep building it. So thank you to everybody. We'll see you at some point after the final whistle. Here's hoping that Celtic are booked a return to Hampden, Ryan, in a last 4 spot.
Absolutely. Enjoy the game, everybody, and fingers crossed Celtic are in the hat for the next round, the semi-finals, and get back to Hampden for the semi-finals of the League Cup. Fingers crossed.